okay. Good morning. Welcome to morning yoga. A word you may hear, our cat is very angry. He's separated from his food bowl. Anyway. This morning, we're going to end this morning with about 5 minutes of alternate nostril breathing, which is very balancing for the nervous system and for, you could say, the yin, yang in the body, the sun and the moon aspects, masculine and feminine. But yeah, just a really nurturing and balancing breath. But we're going to start by warming up the spine and the body a bit. So starting in a comfortable seat. And again, you can sit on the floor, you can sit on a prop, sit on a chair. But wherever you're seated, thinking about the long spine. So I like to think about my sit bones grounding and again, coming to that part of the crown of your head that swirls your hair and lifting that toward the ceiling. And for me, it feels like just a gentle tuck of the chin. And then you might let your eyes close or your gaze relax down. Just take a moment to bring your awareness inside. That might mean coming to your breath, or maybe a sensation in the body. Maybe to an intention or a thought. Just something that brings you to yourself, onto your mat. And into this moment. And just a couple more moments here with your focus completely internal. And we'll just begin to bring some gentle movements so your eyes can stay closed. Gently lowering your chin towards your chest. Maybe feeling a stretch to the back of your neck, but keep your spine tall. And then just a little quarter circle to bring your right ear to your right shoulder. Excuse me. So shoulder blades are pulled down your back. As you might feel the stretch through the left side of your neck. And then to switch sides, we'll take a half circle, lowering your chin to your chest. Nice and slow. Until your left ear finds your left shoulder. And pause for a breath. And then slowly making these half circles, lowering your chin through your chest. And then taking right ear to right shoulder. And lowering chin to chest to bring left ear to left shoulder. Taking this movement at your pace. There's a space you need to hang out, hang out. And just a couple more breaths. And the next time your left ear finds your left shoulder, gently lower chin back towards your chest, and then lift your head back up through center. Take a moment to come back to that tall spine, the swirly part of the crown of your head lifting toward the ceiling. Your eyes might flutter open here, maybe you keep them closed. We'll come into some shoulder rolls, lifting shoulders up to your ears and then rolling them down and back. So you could do this both shoulders at the same time, or maybe it feels better to do one at a time. And we're starting going to the back, just for a couple more breaths. And if you want to switch directions and start bringing shoulders to the front. So this is however big you want it to be. If you want to get the arms a little more involved, and again, it could be both at the same time with the shoulders, or maybe one arm at a time. And then we'll move the movements down to the elbows. So opening the arms out to the sides and just taking a couple of circles. Call this the Arsenio Hall. Just a couple of rotations through the elbows, one direction, and then switch. And then moving this movement out to the wrists and take a couple of circles in one direction through the wrists, and then switch a couple another way, the other direction. And then just open and close the hands a few times, just moving the fingers, energy moving out through the fingertips. And then maybe shake the entire arm out. And we'll meet with fingertips by your sides. On an inhale, bring fingertips together above your head. Exhale the same way you came up. So inhale, you might flip the palms toward the ceiling. And the exhale, you might flip palms to the floor. Working with your breath, sit bones are grounded, inhale up. And exhale down. One more with both arms, inhale up. And exhale down. Leave your fingertips connected to the earth. Inhaling up your right fingertips toward the ceiling. Pause right here. Take a moment to lift through your right side. And then we'll take it over to the side stretch. So maybe a little bit of weight coming into the left hand. It's on the floor. Your gaze is wherever it's comfortable. But we feel sit bones grounded. This length along your right side body. When you're ready, coming back through center, but lift your fingertips up toward the ceiling, your right. And then we'll bring the right hand behind and come into a twist. So your right hand finds the floor and presses your arm tall. Left hand, either knee, to help guide you into a deeper twist. I like to keep left hand on left knee. For me, that feels better for an open twist. You can always take it across to the right. And your gaze, again, is wherever it's comfortable. And just one more breath in this twist. And gently bring your body back to center. Right here, switch the cross of your legs if you are cross-legged. Bring fingertips back to the ground. We'll come back to the sun breath. Inhaling, arms up. Flip the palms and exhale down. Just two more of these. Inhaling up. And exhale down. Sit bones grounded. Inhale up. Feel the long side body. And exhale down. Leaving your fingertips connected to the earth. This time it's your left hand that reaches up toward the ceiling. Reach tall, feel length along your left side, and then take it over for a side stretch. Again, finding the gaze that's comfortable, either straight ahead, maybe you look up toward the ceiling or down to the floor, or somewhere in the middle of all of those is fine. Breathe. And when you're ready, lifting up through center, take a moment to reach your left fingertips toward the ceiling again. And then we'll bring left hand behind to become your second spine. Again, right hand can stay on the right knee for the twist, or maybe it reaches across to the opposite leg. What feels right for you and comfortable for you this morning? Your gaze in this twist is wherever it's comfortable. One more breath. And gently bring your body back to center. Coming into our tabletop from here, over top of the feet. And as always, if you'd like to place a blanket or a towel underneath the knees for a little extra padding, it's a great option. But now coming into our spinal flexion and extension, our cat-cows. On the inhale, dropping your belly, looking forward. Exhale, press into your hands and round it up. Inhales coming into this arch, this little back bend. And exhales, rounding it out. This is where we can connect our breath with movement. If you like, inhale, coming into our cow. And exhale, pressing into the cat. 3 more here. Your pace, your breath, your movement. 2. And 1. Inhale into the cow. Exhale into the cat. And then take a few moments once you find a neutral spine to move however you want this morning. If that is like me, I like to bend into the elbows a bit, kind of drop shoulders, but maybe you feel like sitting to hips. Or rolling into the spine, or just moving in a way that feels really nice. That can even be coming into child's pose and not moving at all. Just a couple more breaths. So evening out. If you've done something on one side, be sure to balance it out on the other. And then when everything is balanced, we'll meet back in our neutral tabletop. From this space, bend your elbows out to the sides of the room, like a bulldog arms, and then squeeze your elbows toward your thighs. Start to straighten through the arms here, so the engagement you want to feel is along the ribs, muscles along the ribs. From here, tucking your toes and pressing into your downward facing dog. So we plugged our shoulders into the socket, lengthening long into this upside down V. And feel free to move pedal heels or do anything else that feels good. Slowly warming up and waking the body. It's chilly here this morning. So keeping that in mind and slowly stretching and waking up. And then from here, begin to walk your hands to your feet. So this can be bending the knees, however deep you need them to be bent. Maybe separating the feet a little wider than hip width is an option. And hanging out in this forward fold for a couple of breaths. As always, you have the option of keeping hands connected to the earth, or you can grab an elbow in each hand. You can sway or stay still, but as much as you can, letting your spine be long. So maybe a shake of the head, yes and no. So let it relax. And just 2 more breaths in your forward fold. And if you're bound in any way with the hands, go ahead and release them back to the earth. Walking back out into the downward dog. Lowering down into your tabletop. And then crossing your ankles will meet back in your seat. So I'm going to turn to face you from here. So once again, finding your comfortable seat, whether that's on the floor or in a chair. We'll begin setting up for our breathing exercise this morning. Alternate nostril breathing. So you have some options. You can use your right hand. The thumb of the right hand might press into the right nostril, and the ring finger pressing into the left. So that's an option. You could use the pointer finger of both hands. That's an option. You can also just visualize if you're not feeling comfortable touching your face this morning, that's totally fine. Visualization just as powerful. I wanted to mention, you don't have to actually close off the nostril. You just find that little piece of cartilage and just a gentle press in, and it's just slightly closing off the nostril. Especially if you have some allergies going on, a little stuffiness, that can help. So finding your comfortable seat, your eyes might close or your gaze might relax down. But we come back to our tall spine with sit bones grounded, and again, the swirly part of your hair lifting up toward the ceiling. And we begin by bringing awareness to your breath. And begin to come into a very deep breathing. You might think of the inhale in 3 parts, with the first part being your belly expanding out, then your ribs expand, and then collarbone lifts on the inhale, 3 parts. Then exhale in opposite with collarbone releasing, then ribs, and then belly. Or maybe it's easier to think about just a really expansive inhale. Expanding in as many directions as possible. A few more rounds of this deep breathing. And if you'd like to join me in the alternate nostril breathing, taking the thumb of your right hand, or maybe your right pointer finger, finding the right side of your nose, that cartilage piece, and gently pressing in to inhale through the left nostril. Exhale through the left here. Just a couple of breaths through your left nostril. And then either taking the ring finger of your right hand or the pointer finger of your left hand to close off the left. So we find that little piece of cartilage. And inhale and exhale through the left nostril. A couple of rounds. When you're ready, we'll begin to alternate, closing off the right nostril. Inhale through the left. Close off left and exhale out of right. Inhale through right. Close and exhale out of left. Inhale left. Close and exhale right. Continuing in this way. With an inhale, a close of that nostril, and an exhale out of opposite. After you become comfortable with the process, you might start to guide the breath. The inhale is guiding breath up to your third eye. The exhale is releasing breath about 6 inches from your nostril. So creating this V shape. Inhaling to third eye. Exhaling out about 3 to 6 inches from the nostril. Inhale from there. the third eye, and then exhale opposite nostril, about 3 to 6 inches away. Another minute here. If your arm gets tired, you can always switch arms. You can always come to the visualization only. The next time you exhale out of your left nostril, release the breath entirely. And take a moment to notice how you feel. This breath is balancing for our sun and moon channels along the spine. They meet up at our midbrain. And they begin down at the base of our spine. Working all along that chakra system. So just taking a moment to feel. And then when you're ready, bringing hands together and thumbs at your heart space. Pausing for a moment to honor yourself. We can take a moment to honor this practice and the teachers that have come before us and shared these tools with us. Thank you guys so much. Have a great weekend. We are off on Monday, but we'll see you back live on Wednesday the 22nd for the new moon. So have a great weekend. Namaste.